Hey everybody, happy Thursday. Hope your week is going well. By the way, I will say that little like $6, $7 hummingbird feeder is probably one of the best investments ever. The hummingbirds love it, and the cats also really enjoy watching the hummingbirds. But at any rate, three things I wanted to talk about today that I found interesting. Again, there's not a whole lot of news necessarily coming out of this week. There's a lot of drama and other things, but one of the things that I just happened to see, and I don't know why it's happening. I mean, I could speculate, but it just seems very interesting to me. I happen to see that Chris Williamson had Hunter Biden on his podcast. And then I started to ask, like, how many other people, because I've been seeing it a lot recently, how many other people have also had Hunter Biden on as of late, which again is interesting. So from top to bottom, starting in May, it's Candace Owens, followed by Dax Shepard, followed by Gavin Newsom, followed by NPR's Newsmakers, followed by Channel 5 with Andrew Callaghan, then Tucker Carlson, and then Chris Williamson. Now, I find the Chris Williamson one interesting, mainly because he's not really in that same kind of ecosystem necessarily as Candace and Tucker. I would put him like in the same kind of category as like Lex Friedman, for instance. He's like a better looking, more, I would say less socially awkward Lex Friedman. But just in the way that he runs his show, it's very interesting as to why he would have Hunter Biden on. And why that would be someone that he would want on his podcast. He has not had a single Trump family member, Trump administration official. He did have on Tulsi Gabbard, but that was in 2024, before she joined the Trump administration. But I would expect that if he's going to have Hunter Biden on, that it would do him some good to probably balance it by having someone from the Trump family on. It doesn't have to be either one of the brothers, or the sons, I should say. It could be Ivanka, could be Jared. I just think it's very interesting why he has Hunter Biden on. And ultimately, it's just interesting to me that there seems to be this like image building going on for Hunter Biden or to what ends? I don't know. But if I had my guesses, I would say that Hunter Biden is very interested in staying in politics and staying relevant. There seems to be this, I would call them fake people on the right, like Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens, who seem to be partnering with individuals like this. Tucker wants to start his third party. Good luck to him on that. But by having someone like Hunter kind of aligned, gives a lot of access to Tucker Carlson. But we'll see. I find it interesting. The entire thing is like, I just don't understand it. Again, it's weird that like people are just mind holing or memory holing the laptop and the business dealings. I don't know. Tony Bobulinski is a real person who came out, who worked with Hunter Biden to say all this stuff. There's the repair shop owner that owned the or that owned the shop where the laptop was dropped off by Hunter Biden, which now, again, Hunter Biden is saying is still not his. Most of us have seen the videos that are on there, fortunately or unfortunately. I actually got a news hit in, I think it was 2021, because I knew one of the girls that Hunter was filmed with. And Ed Henry happened to see my post and was like, hey, would you want to come on and talk about it? And I was like, absolutely not. He's like, would you love to come on and talk about other stuff? I'm like, sure. I'll talk about anything else other than that, because if that person wants to come out and tell her story, that's fine, but I'm not going to be the one to tell it for her. I'll also say, didn't know she was a high-class escort. Just running in the same circles, but interesting nonetheless. So we'll see what happens. I don't know what the end goal here is for all this Hunter Biden stuff. The other one is the tomorrow PPD, or the PPD podcast, or PPD himself will be hosting a debate between Andrew Wilson and Candace Owens, of which Andrew Wilson looks like put up $300,000 of his own money. And he's got a GoFundMe out there to get that money back. But that's what it took to get Candace Owens to finally want to debate him. So we'll see how that goes. I'm not making any predictions. But I will say recent developments within the Tyler Robinson case are not going to bode well for Candace Owens. The facts are just not on her side at all. And I hope that we can, at some point move past all of this fake drama and conspiracy stuff related to Charlie Kirk's assassination. Again, the facts are not on the side of Candace Owens. But the last thing is just interesting, and it's more speculation on my part. But the other day I talked about the leak of the plane switching for Trump when he was in Turkey. And I had kind of speculated, I didn't speculate who it was. I just speculated that it was a leak. And it's not a good leak because ultimately it brings in a lot of national security. It gives away an avenue for Secret Service to use to protect the president, the most important leader in the world. And again, it doesn't matter whether it's Trump, it doesn't matter whether it's George Bush, it doesn't matter whether it's Obama or Biden. These people, when they're in the position, are the most powerful people in the world, and the most important people in the world. And so to have a leak like this happen was interesting. The first outlet that actually released the story was the Washington Post. So the question is, who told the Washington Post? Now you fast forward a couple days after, this story leaks and breaks and becomes widely reported on. We have Karoline Levitt putting in her resignation to spend more time with family. And it may be the case that, this is what she wants to do. She just had a kid. She just had some time off. Maybe now, all of a sudden, she just has decided to spend more time with her family. Another scenario could be, maybe she didn't intentionally mean to leak this information. Maybe it was an off-the-record comment to a reporter at the Washington Post, but wasn't intentional. Either way, it's a national security issue, and you can't maintain a job if you leak that kind of information. And maybe they gave her the soft way out. Don't know. I'm not going to confirm that. I'm not going to put out a conspiracy theory and say that that's actually what happened. I'm just saying that a story broke a couple days ago, and shortly thereafter we have the resignation of Karoline Levitt to spend more time with her family. Who knows? Who knows? But time will tell. Again, if it wasn't intentional, I could see them doing it this way. Even if it was intentional, I could also see them giving her an out to save face. And Trump is fired. I had this conversation online yesterday. Trump has fired 2 other people at this point, Christine Owens and Pam Bondi, right, for being really bad at their jobs. But he didn't fire them the same way he fired, say, an Omarosa or some of the people in the first administration. It seems that, one, he's less likely to fire people now. And if he is firing people, he's being very generous in how he is talking about them after they've been fired. People have been demoted, people have been moved around. I mean, he has not said a bad thing about one person who's been fired or fired, asked to resign, or moved to another role. And so he's been very nice. And so, again, it wouldn't surprise me if it was the case that the leak was, in fact, Karoline Levitt, whether intentional or accidental, and he gave her the soft out. But, again, I can't confirm that that's the case, and I'm not going to say that that is the case. I'm just going to say that's a theory that's out there. But let me know what you think in the comments section below. And as always, keep believing that the best is still ahead for America. Peace out.